What's up, guys? First Adam here, bringing you another Diablo 3 video. Today we're looking at the Weight of the Earth set for the Barbarian, known as the Leap build. So today I'll just be going through the walkthrough of just the gear and skills that you'll be using, and then we'll test it out in a greater rift. So to start off, what is the Weight of the Earth build? Well, Weight of the Earth. The 2 set to reduce the cooldown of Earthquake, Avalanche, Leap, Ground Stomp by 1 second for every 40 Fury you spend with an attack. So every time you spend 40 Fury, those skills are reduced by 1 second. 4 set bonus. Leap causes an earthquake when you land. Additionally, Leap gains the effect of Iron Impact Rune and its duration is doubled. I'll get the Iron Impact Rune in just a minute. And the 6 set bonus, increase the damage of Earth, Avalanche, Leap, Ground Stomp, Ancient Spirit, and Seismic Slam by 800%. This tooltip has not been updated, but Blizzard has updated this set. It is actually 1000%. So the tooltip is wrong on this set right now. So that is the Weight of the Earth. Now the items that are key for this build is, depending on whether you want to go more damage or more tankiness, depending on how your gear is set up right now. I have great damage but not enough toughness, so the way I have it set up is I'm using a Traveler's Pledge and a Compass Rose because I'm going to be moving around a lot, so that is a 50% damage reduction for me, and I'm also using Unity, which is another 50% damage reduction. If you find that you are surviving just fine, switch to a Focus and Restraint because you are going to be proccing that consistently. That will always be procced with this build. So that's an extra 100% damage increase for you. And once I get my toughness up, I will be switching to that. So not only are you going to use all 6 pieces of the Might of the Earth set, but you're also going to use the Soulcars Salvation Bracers, increase the damage of Ancient Spear, Boulder Toss by 100%. When Boulder Toss hits 5 or fewer enemies, the damage is increased by 169%. This is very key for this build. I'll get to that in just a little bit. Next is the belt Dread Iron. Basically, this is the must-have belt for this build because it increases your damage by so much. Avalanche, it's the 5th primary there. Avalanche damage is increased by 194%. This can go all the way up to 200%. Next is the weapon Blade of the Tribes. This is the only weapon that you need for this build. This build makes it great. So, the reason why is because the increase the earthquake damage. Increase earthquake damage by 195%. This can also go up to 200%. Also, the secondary passive on it, Warcry and Threatening Shout, causes an avalanche and earthquake, both of them at the same time, just from using one ability. This is really, really amazing. So much damage all from one ability. Technically 2 abilities, because you're going to be using Threatening Shout and Warcry. So that wraps up the items that you'll be wearing. The cubed items now is going to be the Furnace for the extra damage to elite packs, Lut Sock so you can use Leap up to 3 times within 2 seconds before the cooldown begins, and Band of Might. After casting Furious Charge, Ground Stomp, or Leap is the one we're using, take 6% reduced damage for 8 seconds. Because you're going to be leaping every 2 seconds anyway, yeah, so 6% damage reduction up all the time is very, very nice, especially when you're pushing greater rifts. So that is your cubed items. Next is your abilities, skills, and other fun things. For your primary, I don't know why it's a secondary, it's actually your primary ability is going to be Ancient Spear with Boulder Toss. Basically, take all the fury that you have and throw a giant boulder. For every point of fury that you have, the damage of Boulder Toss is increased by 20%, and it has a little AoE, so it's a big damage dealer. And like I said, those bracers multiply this damage by up to 200% if you get a good roll. Next would be Leap from Death from Above. Leap with the rune Death from Above, land with such force that enemies have a 100% chance to be stunned for 3 seconds. Okay, this is awesome. So permanent stun on just about everything. Also, the Lut Socks, or not Lut Socks, I'm sorry, the 2 set bonus from Might of the Earth gives you the rune Iron Impact. Gain 150% armor for 4 seconds after landing. Now the Might of the Earth set doubles this duration, so it's actually for 8 seconds. So that is a lot of toughness just from this ability. And combine that toughness with the ring, that is golden. Next, you're going to want to use Threatening Shout with Falter. Basically, instead of reducing the damage enemies deal, they instead take 25% increased damage for 6 seconds. This is great for fighting bosses, large packs, and elite packs. Next would be Earth with Cave-In. The reason why we have Earthquake with Cave-In is because as long as we have Earthquake with the rune Cave-In in our bar, all our other abilities that cause an Earthquake from our other items and sets will proc this rune. And this rune, all enemies within 24 yards are pulled towards you. This is really good for rounding up enemies and killing large groups all at the same time, instead of killing them one at a time. Next is going to be Warcry with Veteran's Warning. Warcry generates Fury, which is really nice, but also it procs Earthquake and Avalanche all at the same time, and Veteran's Warning increases dodge chance by 30%. This is really good because you're going to be in the middle of a whole bunch of enemies, and it's better to dodge 30% of the attacks rather than take them. So big toughness increase there as well. The last one is Battle Rage Into the Fray. Because you're going to be surrounded by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 units, you know, getting an extra 1% crit chance for every unit around you is a huge damage increase and makes you crit almost every single attack. So a must have ability. On top of that, it also increases your damage by 10% and critical hit chance by 3% for 2 minutes. For your passives, you're going to have Earth Might, which gain 30 Fury whenever Avalanche or Earthquake is triggered. Not used, triggered. So that means every single ability that I have generates 30 Fury. Battle Rage. This is an optional passive. I use this for when I'm clearing, just regular rifts on T10. Because of just the extra damage for my Ancient Spear, Boulder Toss. The one you're actually going to want to use is going to be Rampage for the extra 1% strength for every unit you kill, stacking up to 25 times. Next is Bloodthirst for the Fury per health per Fury spent. This is very good, especially when combined with Ancient Spear. Once you get full Fury, throw Ancient Spear. Even if you have 1 health left, you'll be healed completely just from this one ability. Also, Ruthless, you deal 40% additional damage to enemies below 30% health. So, definitely a key one to have. So that wraps up the abilities that we're going to be using, and now let's go into a Greater Rift, and I'll demonstrate how this build actually works. Alright, so we are going to be doing a Greater Rift level 65. Let's jump right on into it. So this build is very easy. What you're going to want to do is you're going to jump in with Leap first, round up all these enemies, use all your other abilities, and then throw your boulder. And as you see, it just melts enemies super quick. Here we go, we got Elite right here. Let's see the damage that I can cause. Just keep jumping, throw everything, proc everything, jump some more. As you see, I'm taking hardly any damage. I have 390 million toughness. Jump around. Just keep jumping. And also, a unique thing that I found out about jump is that while you're in mid-air, you don't take damage. That is super nice. So, reflect damage and all that stuff, no damage dealt to you while you're in mid-air. If they have a whole bunch of like AoEs on the ground, poison, molten, or arcane beam, stuff like that, just leap through the air and you will stop taking damage from it. Oh, Conduit Pylon is very good for this build. Super strong on this build. For Fury. And I'm doing only a level Greater Rift 65, so this is very easy for me. I definitely should take off a lot of the toughness that I have on my character and replace it with damage, just so I can deal more damage quicker and just finish this up really quick, because I don't need all this toughness for this level of a Greater Rift. I mean, look at this. These are reflect damage and they can't even hurt me.
More time.
Just keep jumping.
fury.
And you do need a little bit of cooldown reduction. It's best to have about 25 to 30% if you can help it. That way you don't need a full bar of fury, because if you ever mess up your leaps like I just did just there, that can kill you because you rely on your leaps and Boulder Toss to keep you alive. So Boulder Toss, then you use your 2 generators, Boulder Toss again, and it resets the cooldown of leap. That's if you don't have any cooldown. If you have 25% or higher cooldown, just using 3 leaps like this on enemies will fully reset leap for you, so you can just keep leaping after you charge.
Not ready yet.
Standing right in the middle of the lightning with these bugs, super easy. Not really taking any damage at all. Nice thing is you can use Threatening Shout and Warcry while you are in mid-air. Oh, power pile on this is perfect. Let's see how fast we can kill this Rift Guardian.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Boom. So there you go. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like and subscribe here and here. And you can check out my Twitter page. You can look for my live streams on twitch.tv/firstadam. And thanks for watching. And leave any comments if you guys want me to try anything new. And see you in my next videos.